In this video, I want to take you alongside with me for my complete day trading session. I want to show you my complete process, my strategy, my indicators, all my entries and exits, and yeah, also my complete P&L, every loser, every winner, so that you can learn from it, see how a real trading system needs to be executed to achieve things like passing prop firm challenges, constant profitability, and all that. I'm day trading for over 5 years now, and I learned everything from my mentor, Dr. Thorsten Liebke. He's a PhD trader with over 25 years of experience. He's also the brain behind my trading system. And yeah, as a series here of this YouTube channel, I want to show you what's happening on the private side of our team, and also in our academy, where we teach people exactly this trading system I'm showcasing here. And yeah, today I want to risk $400 per trade, and my profit goal for the day is $1,200. And I will have a special focus on my risk management and my trade execution. And in the next step, honestly, yeah, the US market opened just 1 minute ago, so let's waste no time anymore. Let's dive directly into the charts and look for the first trade. So here we are in the charts, and we're always starting with a high time frame analysis. We take a look at the daily chart to work on the bias, and then we go down to the lower time frames, the 5-minute chart, where we start looking for signals. And here we are. Yeah, let's start with gold. We're also trading NASDAQ and ES today. And here we have a clean bearish bias, honestly. We are printing red trend bars. Yeah, these colored bars come from the trend bars pro indicator. This is the indicator that computes the trend for me based on a unique candlestick pattern algorithm. And here you can say that we are still with red trend bars. The yesterday's candle, the Tuesday's candle closed below the Monday's candle, which is really not good. And you can already see that we already dived lower today. We're below the last support, and the next support is right here below us. I will mark it out as it is a very interesting level of liquidity. So yeah, bearish bias, this is a potential target. So would like to trade shorts here on gold. And let's take a look here on NQ. Yesterday's candle is horrible. We confirmed an evening star pattern. We closed below all the lows of the previous candles. Honestly, today I can only expect another bearish day. The most interesting target. So shorts here, short there, and here on ES, it looks, yeah, it's not very surprising that it looks quite similar here. So we have the yesterday's candle closed above below the Tuesday's and Monday's candle. Today we are recovering a bit. So honestly, ES looks a bit stronger right now. So let's see how this unfolds. But still, as we close below all the lows from yesterday, I'm still expecting oh, sorry guys, this is definitely the wrong chart. Let's switch. Oops. Easy. So I already was wondering why it looks so different, because yeah, ES and NQ are strongly correlated, so that it has to look quite similar most of the time. And also like here, because we have this Tuesday's candle which closed below all the lows, yeah, new weekly low. Today the previous day candle, the low is still in, so also here this is the magnet. Honestly, I cannot say right now which of these symbols looks worse. Maybe even ES, because we already took out the previous all-time high and then went lower, while here it's still intact. So yeah, but it's slightly. We have a bearish bias on all these daily charts. Today I want to short the market, honestly. So let's go down to the 5-minute chart and start looking for signals. We start with gold. We have a strong downtrend which continued yesterday. So high time frame structure matches the low time frame structure, which is good. So let's see if we get something like a pullback, for example. Like, for example, to this area here. Yeah, and there's a lot of space. So right now there are no clean levels where I can look for an entry. I think we have to wait for the opening range to fully form, and then we have the opening range high and low, and then I can look for an entry at these key levels. So by the way, the opening range pro indicator is displaying the opening range. It's the most this is also a part of my trading system, one of the 4 indicators I need. So let's continue with NQ. Maybe we get a signal here. Okay, maybe a bullish signal. Okay, we had a sharp move down with the first candle after US open, recovered, and now, we're stuck in a range here. Yeah, I cannot say that this is a real downtrend, uptrend. It's really rangy. So, and we have a lot of targets clustered here. If I get a good risk-reward ratio, I could enter along here. So maybe if I get an entry here with a limit order, stop loss below the low here, target this one, it's not enough. It's not enough. It's not a really good signal. No, I cannot do that, especially not with a strong bearish bias. Would need a really strong bullish signal to enter here. This is too random, honestly. So here right now, we could do something like a little push, grab the liquidity here, and then print a bearish reversal, and then I would look for an entry signal. Here, a signal like this one, for example, here on ES, or this one, an evening star, and the Trend Bus Pro indicator finds these signals fully automatically for me. So I don't even have to check for these candlestick patterns as entry signal, because yeah, the indicator is way more accurate than I am. So it's way more easier to let him do the work. But right now, this is not enough. You can see the targets are too close. No good risk-reward ratio possible. I cannot trade this. Let's continue with ES. Okay, yeah, looks quite similar. That's not a surprise, but what's really interesting is we are right at an interesting key level. Honestly, we already took it out now. This previous high here. And if we now pursuit indicator, yeah, this indicator displays the support resistance levels for me, and also the structure, yeah, with the higher lows, the lower highs and stuff. So I can easily identify bullish and bearish structure and also support and resistance levels. That's key for this whole system. So yeah, let's see if we get a bearish signal, maybe with the next candle, because this is a liquidity grab right now. And we grab the liquidity above this level. With this candle right now we're forming, and now we need to stay below and print a bearish further candle, and then I would think about an entry, but not yet. There's still a candle missing for a real signal, so I will stay patient for now and watch the charts. Let's see what happens next, guys. We are just starting right now. Yeah, it's the second candle after US Open, so the volatility is high right now. If we can catch a move, yeah, it could become a fast winner, but it always can also become a very fast loser. So I'm only trading really strong signals, especially when the volatility is so high at the beginning of the opening range. Otherwise, yeah, if it's not possible, then we will wait for the opening range to fully form. By the way, it's the 1 hour opening range. Yeah, we want to see the first hour of the US session here in this case, and then trade the key levels, the opening range high and low, maybe a liquidity sweep, maybe a breakout pullback, something like this. Let's see if we get something today, then I can show you how this looks like on real. And for now, I will have a look here on ES very closely, because yeah, this is a signal, honestly. This is a signal. Okay. A lot of targets clustered here below. So I could target something. It will probably not be the best risk reward ratio, and we definitely need to close with a red trend bar, otherwise it's not a signal. So let me check what I can do here. Let's speculate on an entry here, which is very low, honestly. Then this could be the first key area, which is, yeah, no, that's not enough. This one here is not okay. I could just target this one. Yeah, speculate that we get a cascade. Yeah, we take out one key level and then we drop to the next one, grab the liquidity there, drop to the next one, and get all of these key levels. That's possible. That's for me the only reason I will give it a try with a limit order. If we close with this red trend bar, I will move my entry a bit higher, probably here, around here, yeah, something like this, and then speculate on a cascade where we grab all the liquidity, because that's very often what market makers tend to do. Yeah, this is really the last key level here. Yeah, this would be the perfect zone for markets to turn bullish afterwards. So that's very often how it is. So here you can see we are grinding higher. It's not very clear if you want to draw a trend line. I'm not a big fan of trend lines, but to showcase the structure, it works. Yeah, you can see we have something like higher lows. We're printing here. So we're grinding up. So if we grab all the liquidity and print a bullish signal, I would try along. I would do it. So let's see. But with the bearish bias we have right now, yeah, I would definitely try a short here, because yeah, it is an uptrend, but it's also very slightly, it's more like a range. I feel fine with a short entry, honestly, when I see this structure. But now, 2 minutes left for this candle, which has to close in the reds. Otherwise, I cannot do anything. Let's take a look what's happening here. NQ is diving lower right now, already near the level we just watched here on ES. And if we get a strong reaction here, yeah. Also, this is something like a range. All this here, it's not a very clean structure. Yeah, we came from a downtrend, okay, slightly down, yeah, lower lows, lower highs, you can see it here. Yeah, it's very slightly, so I cannot really say it's a downtrend, and I would take along if I get a strong signal here. So, and then very aggressively take profits home, because yeah, it's a bit contrary to my bias and also a bit to the chart structure. So let's see. Time. These are just the first 15 minutes after US Open. Opening range still forming, so let's cool down and wait for a real A+ setup. Now we're turning to a green trend bar. So this is a morning star. It's a strong signal because we grabbed all the liquidity below here, and now we are ready to pump. And we have the previous week low here, and this very interesting target, the top of this whole range here. Yeah, I would give it a try. But honestly, only if it really confirms as a morning star pattern here, because it's a bit, it doesn't match my strong bearish bias on the daily chart, honestly. But as it is a range and not a clean downtrend we have here on the 5-minute chart of NQ, I would be allowed to enter along, definitely. And the target is already quite close, which is not so perfect. But let's see what we can get here. Maybe limit order here, stop loss a bit lower, below the previous low, and then this would be the target. So I probably need a lower entry around here. That's not good. It's not so good, honestly. But we have a higher level here, and honestly, it's also very significant. If we print a real recovery, I could target this one and look what happens here and get out manually. And probably this is what I will do. And then I can enter here at the top of the previous 5-minute candle. This would be my limit entry if you confirm this. I cannot enter a market because the risk reward ratio would be not good enough. So let's see. And here on gold, this green line, if we extend it a bit, it's possible that we get a pullback to this level and then bounce off and then continue this strong downtrend. And then I would be short. Okay, let's see if we get this. Or if I have to wait. So here we're pumping too high. We're already close to my first target, potential target. Sorry, I'm looking at the wrong chart. What the hell? Yeah, okay. This is not a signal here. So too many levels here, still a magnet. I would like to trade it here on NQ. Only if we close with the morning star and only with the limit order. So yeah, I might be sidelined, but it's better to be safe than to do something that doesn't fit to the criteria inside your trading system. And I have a complete list. I'm always checking before I'm entering a trade. I already did this, and this is a valid setup. Yeah, there's all criteria are matched. It's not the best setup ever. Yeah, the best setup would mean I have a bullish bias, I have a clean uptrend, for example, and now I'm entering long. So that's not what we have here, but it's still a valid signal, and it's still a strong signal. And I will have a close look what happens here if we take the liquidity here, and if we reverse afterwards, I will close manually, instantly. So I'm safe. I'm safe because I'm sitting here in front of the charts and I can react live to what's happened. Okay, now let me manage the trade. Long trade limit, that's right. We're risking 0.4% of the portfolio, which is at 100K. And I'm targeting this one right here. I placed the stop loss here. A bit wriggle room below the low is always important. No, the top of the previous bar is perfect, honestly. Let's see, a few seconds left. Looks like we will close with this bar. Okay, we did, and go. Limit order is placed. Now let's see if I get the entry. This would be the first step to get the entry. And then, hopefully, we will do as expected after we grabbed all the liquidity below all the lows that were left, and then revisit the range high, or maybe even this top level, yeah, which is my target. So I'm in. It's good so far. We have still some volatility here. We're at the beginning of the, still at the beginning of the US session. Yeah, opening range still forming. So it can happen that this will be a fast loser. Yeah, definitely. It's a bit risky. It's not the safest play I ever had with this setup, but it's valid. So let's see how this plays out at the end. Okay, gold came up with the pullback now to this previous support here, yeah, the green line. This indicator displays the green line, the swing suit. This is already a pullback. If we now get a bearish signal, like an evening star, like another candlestick pattern or even a red trend bar would be enough for me in this case, because I have a bearish bias. We have a strong downtrend. What the hell? I mean, yesterday this line was a bit too short term for me, this line here, but all in all, yeah, this is a downtrend, a strong downtrend now. Oh man. That's why a red trend bar after this pullback would be even enough for me to try an entry. And we have such a nice target here. It would be a great risk reward ratio potentially. I would really like to trade a short, like to get a short entry here. It would be great. Honestly, I'm a bit hyped here. Hopefully, I'm not making a mistake. But honestly, I think I've got it under control. That I'm not entering just because I want to. I'm only entering a trend bar. Let's see if we get this. Guys, let's see. Okay, yeah, my long trade here on NQ is not playing out too well right now. But honestly, since I entered this trade, we're moving sideways. Yeah, I'm a bit in a drawdown here, okay, but yeah, it's nothing. It's a bit weird because we're still forming the opening range. I'm a bit surprised that the volatility, yeah, dumped as well within the last few 5-minute candles here. You can see it. We have these small bodies, yeah, these little wicks here. Something like a range is forming right now. So, yeah, I cannot tell how this plays out, but there's no contrarian signal or something like this, which would be the reason to close this position in a loss. So I will stick to it. I will let it run. And I'm still waiting for gold to turn red. So also gold starts to lose the momentum a bit. Right after we had interesting as well, because the current Asian session low is, always an area of interest as well. So, okay, my long trade looks a bit better right now. I would like to see a close above the previous two highs here. Would be great. This would be a real sign. So at least we're getting the first green number here. It's gone again now, but it was there, so it counts, I guess. And I would really love to enter a short here on gold at the same time while I'm long here, because gold looks very bearish, and we always have this correlation between those assets here. Yeah, if the big indices Nasdaq, S&P are very bullish, pumping, then it's often like that gold is not really catching up, or is even moving in the opposite direction. So it would be a match, yeah, to be short here and long there. Let's see, because, sorry guys, gold already made its move. Yeah, we had a recovery, but as you can see, this is a lower high. Yeah, we didn't even print a higher high, so the downtrend can continue now. It means nothing, even if it looks very green here. Yeah, it doesn't mean we will turn to uptrend now. So we are honestly quite far away from that. That's why I really would like to enter a short. And this looks close. Guys, we need a close below the last 2 5-minute candles. This would be what I need. Yeah. Then the trend bars will turn red. And if we close in red, then I will be short. Okay. Right now, everything moves down. So gold and also ES and NQ. So yeah, that much to the correlation, guys. That's not how it works. Yeah, I know it, and probably most of you know it as well. Correlations exist, but they're not always 1-to-1. Yeah, you cannot say just because NQ is pumping, yeah, gold has to drop, especially not on lower time frames. Yeah, so yeah, it's an important information, and you can use it for a validation of a setup, further validation. But I would never do a trade just because of the correlation or something like this. No, that's not the game. It's just one layer of validation, a strong layer, because it's something real in the markets. Yeah, it's not like a trend line where everyone draws a different trend line. I don't understand the edge behind trend lines. Honestly, I would never trade trend lines. So, but here, if you have a correlation, this correlation is real. You can see it in the charts. You can measure it. Yeah, that's a real edge. So, like the candlestick patterns. Yeah, there's extinct research about the probabilities of these candlestick patterns, and they also signal the behavior of the market participants. But I should not talk too much because right now you saw this red candle here. It was a breakout bar because we formed something like a range here. Let me show it because the trend bars also have this range feature. Here you can see the range. Yeah, this is this yellow area. And this is the breakout bar. It's a strong signal after the pullback to this previous support level, which is now a resistance. Okay, let me prepare my trade. So this time I would like to enter market because we have a nice liquidity level for a target. So let me check stop loss here, like this, and the target could be here, around here. I can adjust this later. Yeah, it has to be okay. Everything is right. 8 seconds left. No, don't close inside the range. We need the breakout bar. This is the only chance for confirmation. Yeah, here it is. Let's go. I'm in. Okay, this is what I wanted, guys. This is really a good start for a session. I know right now I'm in the reds here with this trade and also with this trade. Maybe right now it doesn't look like it, but it's really a great start because I'm quite safe. Yeah, there's a good chance that if the recovery happens here on NQ and ES, then gold, will get outperformed. So this trade can still play out, even if this one, for example, reaches my target. And even if I'm getting stopped out here, doesn't mean that I'm getting stopped out on gold at the same time. So, because gold and NQ, they're not correlated like NQ and ES, which are most of the time moving in the same direction. Yeah, gold can also do the complete opposite of what NQ and ES are doing. So that's why it's a great hedge here. But as I'm saying this, it looks like my first trade could get stopped out here. This doesn't look very well. We're closing this is also a little range here. You can see this is another breakdown bar. So it's not a contrarian signal. I would not close this trade because of this, but it's also not a good sign. Why do I have this position here on the chart? We don't need that. Okay. Yeah. 2 trades are enough for me right now. Yeah, okay, if I get another strong signal here on ES, for example, then I would enter another trade. Yeah. But for now, I think I will watch the charts for a while and keep you updated, guys. Okay, guys, it looks like I'm getting stopped out here, which is, yeah, not what I wanted to see. That's the first loser. Okay, okay. Maybe I was a bit too loose with this setup. Yeah, it wasn't the perfect setup. I told you guys this from the beginning, so I'm not too surprised. Yeah, it was valid, it was tradable, but yeah, it wasn't perfect. And honestly, it happens often that when I'm trading a setup which is not really perfect, it doesn't play out well for me. So yeah, my trading system here, the TRN trading system, is adaptable to the specific trading style of each trader. Someone likes more risk, someone likes to trade higher time frames, someone likes to trade scalping on the 1 minute chart or something like this. Someone wants to trade with his own funds, someone wants to get funded. So many different approaches traders have out there, and every trader has his own personality. So it just makes sense that the trading system is adaptable. And for me, my personality is like, I don't need a lot of trades per day. Yeah, for me, 3 trades are good, and I don't want to trade the whole day. And I want clarity. I don't want dozens of signals, and then I have to think which signal should I trade. No, that's why I'm trading the 5 minute chart here, because I'm getting a few signals. I can have a very close look at the market, what's happening, that I don't miss something important. And then I'm entering here, and I'm only trading the first 2 hours after the US Open, because yeah, I've got a lot of other things to do, guys. I'm running a business, so trading is not my whole world. It's part of the game, so it's really part of the game. And my approach, I see that it works better when I'm really trading A plus setups, and really A plus setups only. Maybe I will get even more picky. Honestly, I'm so picky right now. We have some other traders in our community where I know that they trade way more signals than I am, and they are successful. So this can work as well. It depends on your risk appetite. But for me, how I see the markets, how I react, A plus setups for me, and only focus maybe only on A plus setups, worked the best so far. So maybe in a few sessions you will see me trading even less, because yeah, this setup, for example, if I'm really just looking for A plus setups, then I should not have traded this. Honestly, it wasn't perfect. Yeah, I mean, we have the bearish daily bias, which is quite clear. We came from something like a downtrend. We printed some lower lows. Yeah, okay, it's a range. All this here seems like a range. This whole thing, you cannot really say it's a clean trend. Yeah. So that, well, and we grabbed the liquidity below all the key levels. Yeah, we took out this level. These are all strong signs, but still, strong bearish bias, and also the 5 minute chart, the structure doesn't look really clean. So it wasn't the perfect setup, and surprise, I'm stopped out now. Maybe I shouldn't have traded this. So also this is why journaling your trades is so important. I can also already see in the statistics that I'm really, most of the time when I'm not trading an A plus setup, like just an A setup, which is also very good, maybe even a B setup, but I would say it's very rare that I trade a B setup. Then I'm getting stopped out. It doesn't work. So, and here again, honestly, this here was an A plus setup. It was the perfect pullback. It was a very strong entry signal. It was in a downtrend. We have the bearish daily bias. So if this one plays out here, it would be the perfect example again that I should focus on setups like this. But let's see, there's a lot to do right now. I'm even in the reds here with this trade. So let's see how this turns out in the end. Let's see. So guys, the opening range has fully formed, and it reminds me of the last sessions, honestly, the last days, where we were stuck in the opening range for the whole time, and it's happening again, honestly. Can you see it? Yeah, we have the opening range high, the opening range low, and for now we're in the middle of the range. Also here on NQ. So we need to visit the opening range high for a reversal. Also here the same. Yeah, this would be what we need to think of a short, for example. So right now I cannot find another entry here. Yeah, we were already very close to these targets, especially here ES looks very interesting to me because, yeah, we have this clean level here. It would be great to take it out and then print a reversal. Then I would be short, but not yet. And yeah, the gold trade is up and down. So yeah, right now it looks like we could get the bearish continuation, but honestly, yeah, also here, since we had this sharp upwards move, we started something like a range. Yeah, so we got rejected. We're grinding a bit lower. Yeah, that's good. That's good for my trade, but indecisive. So the impulsive move I really would have liked to see doesn't happen here. So it didn't happen. So yeah, this setup is completely valid, needless to say. Yeah. Right now we returned to red trend bars again after a little pullback with the green trend bar in between. This is another sign that we could go lower. So I will change nothing here about that. So yeah, even this becomes my only trade today, and if it becomes a winner, I will close the session with, I don't know, maybe 1.5 R in profit or something like this, because this risk reward ratio is better than 2. Yeah, let me have a quick check like this. Okay, this was already correct here, I guess. Tick higher, so like this. So what do we got? 2.14. Okay, I would have thought it would be even a bit better than that. So it's around 2 hours still, but that's fine. So I would end the session with 1 hour in profit. That's okay. It's completely fine. So I know my goal is higher. Yeah, I would like to end the session with $1,200 in profit. But yeah, even if I doesn't hit my target, it's still valid to close the session in the profit. So that's what counts in the end. Yeah, better than a loss. So let's see if this will play out. It looks good so far. I'm fine. I'm completely fine with that. But I would also be fine to catch another short entry here, especially here on ES. Yeah, this level. Let's take out this level, please. I will draw it again like this, and then a reversal and a signal from the trend bars pro indicator, and then I would be ready. But yeah, for now, that's okay here. So I like it. I like this red candle here. Let's see, guys. And here we go, guys. NQ is about to grab the liquidity here. It's so close, but it's not a liquidity grab. Yeah, the liquidity above this level, if this resistance line here, is still there. It was very close, but this looks like a trap to me, honestly. I think market will come back and we will take out this level. I would be very surprised if we don't do that. And I honestly think we will do it within the next 5 minutes. And here it comes. Okay, guys, that's what we need. Now, the reversal would be fine. But this could also be the start of a potential uptrend. Yeah. Okay, therefore, yeah, Claire, definitely we need some more. Yeah, we need something like a real breakout. Maybe even take out this level right here, then a pullback to the opening range high, then bounce off and print a signal, a candlestick pattern signal from the Trend Bus Pro. Then this would be ready and I would trade it. So let's see what we get. If we get the bearish reversal, we could get the bearish reversal up here as well. That's another interesting level. Right now it looks like we will visit it very soon. And what did I tell you guys? It's not the worst idea to be bullish here on NQ and ES and to go short on gold, because my short on gold is in profit, while we can see that ES and NQ started a massive recovery. That's how the correlation should work. It is a bit sad that we got stopped out here, because if it wouldn't have hit my stop loss here, or it was here, this was my long trade here on NQ, then we'll probably hit my potential target. It's a bit sad, but that's the game. That's the game. It was a good try, honestly. But still, the game is not over. So on both charts, we're making a move now. We can get a breakout and a pullback, and we can go long, or we can print a bearish signal, liquidity grab, and then go short. So I've got the feeling, I still got around 45 minutes left from my session. I think we will get another signal here. So I cannot promise it, because, okay, today I will only trade A+ setups from now on. Let's see if we get one. Even if we get a little pullback now, and then bounce off, it would be possible to target this one here if we get a good risk-reward ratio. It's not out of question. So let's see. Let's see and watch closely. And we are close to the next very interesting key level here on ES. We will grab the liquidity now within the next few seconds. Come on. That's always the showcase effect, I guess. But I'm really convinced that we will grab the liquidity here. So, not yet. By the way, my gold trade is playing out more and more. We have this little low here, and we're already below. We found a little very well. And this at the same time while we're seeing ES and NQ pumping. I like that. I like that really much. And now we have it. Can you see the reaction? Wouldn't be surprised if we pump a little higher here. So, because this is a massive level. Look, there's nothing above us. Yeah, this is the next resistance line here. Maybe we pump even higher now. Then we could get something like a further continuation, then a pullback, and then a long entry. Would definitely be in then. Yeah, I know we have a bearish daily bias. Yeah, it's okay, but the lower time frame structure matters more. And you can see we're grinding up, higher lows here, everywhere, higher highs. So it more and more looks like the potential start of an uptrend then. But yeah, I can only enter on a pullback to an interesting level. So right now I still have to wait, but yeah, it looks way more interesting today than the last days, where I couldn't find a single trade. Today we have the volatility, and we have the nice correlation also between gold and ES. You can see we're moving down on gold while we recover on ES and NQ. That's really great. That's really great to see. And also E and Q is now very close. This is the last interesting level, the previous week low. If we take it out, print a bearish reversal, I could even try a short, but only with a real liquidity grab. So this is already very dirty, because we closed above this previous resistance line. And this means that this is not a clean liquidity grab, and it cannot become one. So I would speculate more on longs now here. The situation situation changed a bit. Yeah. I would really try to enter along if we get a pullback. So let's see, still 30 minutes left. Good chance that I get the entry. So we have both charts. We just need a little pullback and then I would be ready. Honestly, okay, here we need to take out this level because the liquidity is still here. But I think we will do this very soon now. So yeah, let's see. Let's see. This trade here, there's nothing I can change and nothing I would change. Yeah, let's see. Even if this is the only trade, if it plays out, I will end the session on profit and that's fine. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what we get in the end. Guys, I don't know. Do you see this here? Evening star. This is another setup which is not perfectly A+, but it's strong. It matches my bearish daily bias. We took out the high of this whole range, yeah? And we came from a downtrend. We could revisit the range low. The problem is that we closed above this level. So this is not a perfect liquidity grab. But with the next candle, we instantly went lower and closed below. So it's a bit dirty, a dirty liquidity grab. But this combined with an evening star pattern, it's enough. It's a tradable setup. But yeah, it's not the perfect A+ setup. So I'm really thinking about if it's a good idea to trade this. But it's really strong setup. It's a really strong setup. And we're so close. So yeah. And it's a crazy risk reward ratio. Honestly. Yeah, guys. So if this really becomes a confirmed evening star pattern, I will give it a try. Yeah. I will give it a try and enter short and target the opening range low. It's the perfect target here. And then let's see what happens. So we could even get a pullback and bounce off. Then I can still close the trade manually and walk away. So this is what makes this setup valid. But yeah, it's a bit risky again. And I can promise you guys, if this is another not A+ setup, yeah, which I tolerate, which I trade, and it doesn't play out, the statistic doesn't look well. The statistic looks like and says clearly that I should trade only A+ setups without any exceptions. Yeah, but this is strong. So that's, yeah, and we're going lower. Okay. I want to see the risk reward ratio we have here. Like this. Target these lows here. Oh, this is really great. It's really good. Yeah, I will give it a try. Let me prepare the trade. This time again with a limit entry. So I don't need to be in this trade. That's why a limit entry is completely fine. If in the end I'm not getting filled, then I will accept it. So yeah, just a bit higher, I guess. So here we are. Let's see. Okay, I'm in. Will I get stopped out now? Yeah. So it's possible. I wouldn't even be surprised, honestly. Maybe this is not a good idea. but I want to follow the rules, and I don't want to be too picky because the bias is also so strong. And the level we took out is really the top of this whole range. So it's the perfect time to target all the lows again now. Yeah. And don't forget, yeah, we're coming. Yeah, this was another range. And then we dived lower. So we came from something like a downtrend and could continue lower. We have the bearish daily bias as well. It's a strong setup. So I'm fine. Checked my list again, which allows me to trade this. So yeah, let's see. Let's see if this time it plays out, or if in the future I can only trade real perfect A plus setups, which would mean that it will be even tougher to show you some nice signals because I'm not getting these signals very often. Yeah, I need to be really patient then. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, guys, what I see on the charts now is, yeah, exactly what I don't want to see. Because here, you can see it, yeah, we had a pullback to the opening range high to this previous support level here. This one, yeah. And now we are confirming a morning star pattern. That's a contrarian signal. So if we close like this, yeah, then I will close this short trade with a loss. If I don't get stopped out now within the next 1.5 minutes, possible as well. But if we really close like this, I have to close it. I have to take this loss here, which is really sad. Yeah. And it's hard. And it's not what I feel, honestly. I would like to leave this open. Yeah. But the system is very clear. This is such a clean contrarian signal. And what I will do, I will enter along. I will instantly enter along then. And yeah, try to target the next possible level, which would be maybe around here. Maybe I will just use a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio because we have a bearish bias, and this means I cannot be too comfortable with longs. Okay, will we close like this? Will we close like this? There's still the chance that we're diving a bit lower. Please. Please. A bit lower. A bit lower. Please, a bit lower. We still... this is okay. This is okay. No, this is not okay. Damn it. Okay. 15 seconds left. Also, gold is making a move, but in the middle of nowhere, so no changes here. But here, it looks like I will have to close this trade. And here it comes. I'm out. I'm out. And I will enter a long trade from here if I'm fast enough. Okay, let me enter market. Let me risk again 0.4%. Here below the pullback, this is the stop loss. Yeah, like this. I can adjust the take profit later a bit more. Like this. Okay. Like this. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is wrong. This is right. Okay. Well, Let's go. So, yeah, this is how it can be sometimes. Complete shift of the direction. Now we have the chance to turn into uptrend. Yeah, we had a really nice breakout above the opening range. We had the nice pullback, a perfect morning star pattern right afterwards. This might turn into an uptrend now. So I'm fine. Fine with my decision to enter long here. And I'm still short on gold. So yeah, my profits are getting eaten up right now. But that's fine. That's fine. So let's see. Okay, let me look for a real target. Honestly, this would be a reasonable target. Like here, but I need to check if this is a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. Probably not. Then I will just move it a bit higher. No problem. You can do that. So like this. And this is not enough. We need a bit higher. So this. Okay. Let me target here. So if I don't have a clean target with my trading system, then I can always trade just a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio. So if there is no clean target, it's also good to really just trade a 2-to-1 risk reward ratio, because it's a bit more risky without a clean target. So yeah, that's the deal. That's the deal. Okay, I can adjust the stop loss. The stop loss is a bit loose. One tick higher. So this is fine. That's fine now. I will leave it as it is. Many trades today, guys. This is the 4th trade so far. And right now, I've got 2 losers. So, okay, this loser, I was able to prevent the worst, probably, if we take out this target right now, very soon. But still, I had to take a loss of $150 here. And I already lost 1 R, which is around $400. So right now, yeah, I'm in the reds with $550. But still, just one trade, just this trade playing out, and I will end the session in profit. Or this trade plays out, I could end the trade in profit. Because I will make 2R, which is around $800. This would mean that I will end the session with $250 in profit. So everything is completely fine. I'm not over trading here. This is really a nice signal with the pullback to the opening range high. We had the breakout of the range, so it was a close above here. It's possible. It's valid. And we came from a slightly uptrend with higher highs, higher lows here. All in all, it makes this a good setup. But now I will probably get stopped out. Let's see. Let's see. But gold looks good so far. Okay. Hopefully this one plays out. We have a good risk reward ratio here as well. So if this one plays out, I will be in profit as well. Yeah, trading is not a sprint, yeah, it's a marathon. So yeah, I'm slowly grinding up. That's the plan, honestly. It will take me some time to make a lot of profits, but you know, it will compound in the end. And it's way more important to stay consistent than to hit every single target. That's not so important. But yeah, this is right now it's really tough. It's really tough. It's a tough session, honestly, with 2 losers. So 2 trades running. And I only got a few minutes left. Then my session will be over. So guys, maybe you wonder what will happen afterwards. I have positions open, and I will leave them open. I will put an alert where at the interesting key levels. So when we arrive there, I will have a look at the charts and decide to adjust the trades. Otherwise, I would come back at the end of the session, of the US session, because this is a day trading approach, and then I will close all my positions manually. Doesn't matter if I'm a profit or in a loss, I will close everything. But yeah, we have a lot of time left, so for now, this is not a bad session. Definitely not. I like this. These 2 setups right now here are the strongest from today, honestly. These 2 setups are really the strongest ones. So this is really strong on gold. The best setup from all. And this pullback was really strong as well. So after we took out the last key level with a dirty liquidity grab, we closed above. So maybe I should not have entered a short trade here. Yeah, this was a bit dirty. I told you when I entered it that it might be not the best idea. And right now it looks like I was right. My intention was right. And this means this is a real pattern right now in my trading. That I'm trading setups that are not perfectly A+. And in the end, I pay the price. So if we take out this level now, then I need to change something. I will trade A+ setups only. So the next session you watch, you will not see this again. You will not see me again trade a setup that's not A+. If there's a single thing that is not perfect, then I will not trade it, honestly. And there was a thing, because we closed above this level. It was a dirty liquidity grab. Yeah. So a real liquidity grab would mean that we just have the wick above this previous this resistance line, and then dive lower. But this was a clean close above in the end, so it was dirty and not perfect. So here we are on profit again. So let's see. Yeah, if we get some moves now, I will even give the session a few more minutes just to show you something interesting. Because if we get the continuation here, we could reach this target very fast, honestly. So then I would give it a few minutes, and also I would like to see if we really take out this level. This would have been my stop loss, Then I would have lost another 1R. Then I would be in loss with $400. Oof, that's tough. So I can only make it back with a winner of 2R. Honestly, I'm happy that I closed this trade, with just $150 in a loss. This at least was a good decision. Gold is recovering, and I would consider to close this trade, but honestly, there's no contrarian signal. There's no support level where we bounce off, no liquidity grab or something like this, so I will leave this open here. No changes, not a single one. And I will really hope that both setups play out. And if this happens, then I can end this session with a massive profit still. So, everything fine. And here we go, guys. It's not yet. Not yet. Imagine this would have been my stop loss here. I closed the trade manually before I'm getting stopped out. And this is not a liquidity grab. Would be crazy if we turn bearish now. Is it one? No, it's not, right? It's not a liquidity grab. Sometimes it's a bit hard to see I think we're on the tick. It's not a liquidity grab. It doesn't count. Doesn't count. But yeah, I still think we will get the breakout above this level soon. So I wouldn't change anything here. Gold moving down a bit again. Would like to see the first red trend bar here. Then I would be more comfortable that we're diving lower again. That's a bit crazy here. I think it's another trap. And there are traders out there that saw this, that we were close to this resistance. Yeah, this is also a little double top. And they're going short now because of this reaction. But as the liquidity still sits above here, the market will probably come back. And all of them will get stopped out. And then maybe the market will turn bearish. Maybe. Honestly, if this becomes a strong liquidity grab and we get a bearish signal, I would even close this trade. Honestly, it would be a contrarian signal. And I don't want to risk something here in this session where I'm already in drawdown. Okay. Well, that's tough. It's a tough game today. Yeah, okay, guys. It looks like ES will not pump to my target very soon. So we're forming also something like a range here now. And we are close to the lunchtime in the US. And this means that the volume will be gone. And then we will probably do something like this here in the next few hours. And then we will get another period of volatility probably. And that's why I will now end my session. I will really try to, if something changes here, I will set my alerts. Then I will jump in front of the charts, turn off the camera, and try to show you in real time what's happening. I'm not always able to do this because, I'm not sitting in front of the charts yet now the whole day. But sometimes I make it. And if not, please subscribe to this channel, because in the next session I will definitely tell you how all this played out, how it ended for me in the end. Even if it's a loss, I will tell you. And you will see it only if you subscribe and if you watch the next session. I would really be happy, because this channel right now, it's a very new channel, just a few weeks. It's an experiment. And right now the growth is not good enough, honestly, because it's a lot of work here to do all these sessions in front of the camera and do the editing and pay for the editing and everything. So hopefully, if you like what you see, please tell me with a like or a comment. Or if you don't understand something and you say, I don't understand what you're doing, you're on so many charts, please help me, then let me know. I'm open for everything. If you want to get more details about my strategies or something, let me know in the comments. And hopefully, guys, we see us in the next session, and stay tuned. Okay, guys, my alert just got triggered. You can see it here. My gold trade is playing out. It looks like we are reaching my target in a few seconds. Would be funny if not, and we print the bullish reversal before we hit my target. But honestly, the liquidity sits here, so we're already very close. I'm quite sure we will hit my target very soon. And then I will take the profits home. Here we go. So I've got 3 losers today. I lost 2 hours, and one of the losers I was able to close a bit trade. So I made 2 hours back. So I'm ending the session with around $150, because I was able to trade to close one of my losers before it hit my stop loss. So I lost just $150. So it was a very tough session. 3 losers and then just 1 winner. But I was able to nearly make it back. So yeah, I learned a lot during the, you see, and yeah, hopefully the next session will be a bit more profitable. But I'm fine with everything because I checked the list. The setups were good enough to trade them, honestly. So everything fine. And with this said, guys, hope I see you in the next session.